Hello, fellow flamenco enthusiasts, and welcome to the second episode of Everything Flamenco. So, this week I wanted to speak a little bit about the history of flamenco and how it came to be what it is today. But I've actually seen some posters of quite a few shows in South Africa coming up during the next few months. And then I thought, it already makes me nervous just thinking about performing. So why don't we talk about that today? So let's talk about overcoming stage fright as a dancer, whether you are a beginner or you've been dancing for many years. Let's go. Overcoming stage fright as a dancer. Do you get butterflies in your stomach and it feels sometimes like your stomach is doing somersaults if you just think about going on stage? But you really want to, but you're scared. There's many things to be scared about. You might think, oh gosh, what is the audience going to think about me? What are my fellow dancers going to think about me? What if I forget my steps? What if a shoe breaks? There's so many things that can run through your mind. What if I don't have the energy to finish a dance? So performing on stage can be absolutely exhilarating and life-changing, but it can also be nerve-wracking, especially if you are new to the experience. You maybe haven't danced many times before, or it is going to be your very, very first time on stage. So the fear of performing in front of an audience and worrying about anything going wrong can be very overwhelming. But I can assure you and give you a little bit of comfort that if you go with the right mindset and you do enough preparation, even if you go on stage and something unplanned happens, you will be just fine. You can conquer the fears and still shine on stage. So remember what I said in the first episode about just being yourself. That also rings true here when it comes to nerves. So we're going to explore various aspects of preparing for a show and just managing pre-show jitters and how to handle things that can go wrong on stage. Not to say that it will. Sometimes everything just goes perfectly, but it would be good just to know what to do if it doesn't. So let's start at just understanding where that fear comes from. I must say it happens whether you are a beginner dancer or even a very seasoned dancer. I think it's just if you've been dancing for a while, you maybe just know how to attend to those little fear voices in your head a little bit better. So it can be particularly intense if you're just starting out. I do understand that. So a fear of being judged, of making mistakes, forgetting choreography can create anxiety and makes you feel that you want to chicken out. But please don't. It's important to know that these feelings are absolutely normal and, everybody struggles, like I've said before. So just prepare yourself mentally and emotionally before. So just visualize yourself performing with confidence and flawlessly on stage. You don't have to physically go through the steps if you're mentally preparing. I mean, you can just think about the choreography while you are making dinner or doing the washing or driving to work, although just keep your main concentration on the road, please. I don't want you to get into an accident. But mental preparation is very important, especially if it's your first time on stage. So just visualize yourself performing with confidence and flawlessly, and think about how you want to look and how your teacher has taught you while you have been rehearsing this specific dance or choreography, and how the steps sound and how the compass sounds and how you would want to feel with all your fellow dancers. If you probably will be dancing with other with other dancers if it's your first time on stage, but just thinking about who will be standing next to you and how it will feel dancing with them, and also how it will feel having, if you have other dancers that are not doing that specific choreography, clapping, doing palmas, and doing sounds of encouragement, the jaleos for you. Just imagine how that will feel for you, and visualizing those things in a positive way can really help alleviate anxiety and build self-confidence, so that when you actually get to that point where you are on the stage, that will be more familiar to you because you've already thought about it so much. And the second thing is emotional preparation. So, nerves are going to happen. So don't shy away from it. Just embrace it. Just share your excitement with your fellow classmates and dancers, and just practice mindfulness or even meditation to stay calm and focused. You can listen to calming music. There's lots of great apps and playlists on all the different platforms that you can listen to that can help calm those nerves. And remind yourself why you agreed to this in the first place and what made you excited about thinking about this show and performing. And if you have loved ones coming to see you, just think about their support for your passion and how excited they are to be seeing you, and that they will love seeing you. They don't care if you make a mistake. They're just going to love it anyway. And it's going to be amazing for them that you get to do this wonderful thing. And surround yourself with positivity and people that support you. And I'm sure all your fellow dance mates and your teacher or teachers will be very supportive and boost your confidence and alleviate any concerns that you have. So if you think about the months before the show as well, when you do rehearsals and practice, make sure that you attend all the rehearsals diligently so that you get familiar with the choreography and the formations and the styling and when to go on, with the dance, when to go on stage and when to go off stage and when to go faster and to go slower and to go harder and softer. And just be in the moment. Don't think that because you are not on stage yet that you don't have to give your everything. Give your everything all the time. Don't tell yourself, oh, I will do this when I get on stage. I promise you, when you get on stage, you're going to either forget or you're not going to do it in the way that you thought you would. Just practice it in the right way all the time. When you do solo practices as well, if you're practicing on your own, or try spending extra time to practice on your own, to refine movements and improve muscle memory, and just work through the little sections of a dance that you may be not feeling that comfortable with, and practice it slower, and just make sure that you practice it right, in the right way, until you get more comfortable, and then you can slowly speed up until it's at the speed where you are going to perform that dance. And then do video recordings, if your teacher allows, record your rehearsals, in the class, and you also can record yourself to review your performance objectively, and then you might also be able to better see where you still need improvement. Even if you dance in front of a mirror, you might see things differently when you record yourself. And afterwards, I would often see, oh gosh, my elbow dropped there, or, my shoulder is pulled up too high, or I'm not sitting properly, or my core isn't engaged. Those little tweaks, that you can identify for yourself, you can then practice on bettering them, and that will also help you in your performance. So, yeah, always just be present. And then when you have to prepare physically, it's also important because you would need the stamina to finish a show, especially if you're doing more than one over a course, maybe of a weekend or something. You need to be physically prepared. So try to maintain a balanced fitness routine to stay in shape and to prevent injuries. Make sure that you stretch, especially in winter time when it's cold and your muscles aren't warm. Don't just go from being cold to doing hectic footwork. You might just hurt yourself, and that's very important. And eat a balanced diet to fuel your body. I know as dancers, especially from my memory, we tend to live off Coca-Cola and salt and vinegar chips. But that's not the best thing for your body. So learn what your body needs and make sure that you get the right nutrition to give you the energy to perform. And make sure that you get enough rest. I know the nerves will be on top form, but make sure that you get enough rest. So that you are physically and mentally prepared and rested. And especially in the week before a show, when you do your final rehearsals and your full dress rehearsals and you practice in your costume, that's when you practice in your costumes and with stage lighting on the actual stage to simulate the performance. So when you practice at that time as well, that's a big thing, is be present and give you everything. Don't get distracted by all the giggles and the chats and the laughs on stage. If you're backstage during rehearsals, and you want to chat and laugh with your dance friends, that's all fine. Just make sure that you don't distract the students that are actually on stage running through their choreographies, because it's a very critical part of preparing for a performance. It's actually being in the rehearsals and emulating it as if you are actually going to perform in real life. So don't think that, it's just a run through. Be focused and give you everything. And when you are doing run-throughs, focus on the transitions between the sequences and the timing and between the different dances. And if you are doing more than one dance, where it fits in on the program of the night or the day. Very important. And then mental preparation, just keep on visualizing your performance being a success and repeat affirmations. So I am prepared, I'm ready for this. My teacher wouldn't have put me on stage if they didn't believe that I can do it. My fellow dancers are supporting me and they will encourage me, and my family and everybody that's coming to watch, they are coming to see a performance and they will love whatever I'm doing, to boost your morale. So practical preparation as well. So, the week before the time, try to prepare your dance bag already. Make sure that you've got your costume. If it's not provided by your teacher on the day, if you get it before, and make sure that you've got everything, your shoes, your accessories, any props that you might need, like fans and castanets. Make sure that your shoes are in a good condition. If they need to be serviced, that's what we call it. Flamenco shoes needs to be serviced because they get quite banged up. So maybe more than a week before the show, if your shoes need to go for a check, to make sure that everything is correct and the heels are solid and they're not going to crack or break or whatever that is done before the show. If you've got makeup and those type of things, make sure that you've got everything in accordance with the list that the teacher will provide, and check the schedule. Make sure that you know when you're supposed to arrive, what the timings are, all those types of things. And the day before the show, just do some breathing exercises and some light stretching. Mentally, again, review your choreographies. Try and visualize, dancing again and being calm and ready, and avoid overthinking. Make sure that you go to bed early and get enough rest and eat balanced meal, and make sure that your bag has got everything. Just double check your costumes, your shoes, your makeup, all those things that you would need. And and just think about how exciting it is going to be to perform. And on the day of the performance, make sure that you arrive early, enough to allow time for makeup and costume changes and warm-ups. And make sure that you do a thorough warm-up to prepare your muscles and prevent injuries. And while you're waiting to go on, don't panic. Encourage your fellow dancers and share each other's positive energy. Just enjoy the moment, because before you know it, it will be over. So once that intro music starts playing and you need to go on stage, just enjoy it. And, most of the time it goes smoothly. And if it doesn't, don't panic. Just keep moving. That's the one thing that I've learned in this time that I've been dancing, is that if you make a mistake, please don't let your face show it. Don't make your eyes big and stop and whatever. Just move on. Just go on. I'm not going to mention names, but there's this amazing dancer in our school. She's got the best attitude. And a while ago, she sent this clip to us where she was on stage with the rest of her, the dance mates, doing a choreography, and they were all standing with I don't know which arm it was, but their right arms were up and the left one was down. And she was the other way around. And, when she noticed, she just looked at them and did this little thing with her face. And then she just swapped her arms back around and lifted her head up. And, it was just the most amazing thing. And everybody loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was the same thing similar thing that happened to myself and another fellow dancer a while ago when we did a show. There was just the two of us on stage together, and one of us completely cut out a whole chunk of the choreography. We looked at each other and just shrugged our shoulders, and we just went on, and everybody thought it was part of the plan. Nobody criticized it. They actually loved it. It's all about that attitude again, and just being yourself, and don't let little mistakes, just ruin it all for you. Just go on. And, if a buckle breaks off, that's also happened to me before, just soften your footwork. And, there's even flamenco dancers, will still get to that. It's some stages, flamenco dancers that even dance without flamenco shoes on. You see them sometimes dancing in stiletto heels at weddings and things like that. So it's all just about that confidence. And even if you don't have the confidence yet, I believe fake it till you make it. And as well, something that we will also address in future episodes is also, if you make a mistake, just galeo over it. Lay it out of the park. Nobody will know. And if you've got a good support on stage with the other dancers, especially those that are doing the palmas and galeo to the back, they will identify, they will see that you are maybe having a bit of a struggle, and they will also galeo over it and clap over it and encourage you, and it will all be perfectly fine. And later on, you will look back on it, and it will be a good memory and a story to tell, like the one I'm telling you now. So just continue, just go on. Mistakes happen. That's part of it. And that sometimes makes the best memories of a show. Sorry if you heard my dog bark there in the background. I don't want to repeat all of this now again, but I think she's practicing jaleos. Anyway, so yeah. So that is it, just go for it and enjoy it. And after the show, review your performance objectively. Please don't chastise yourself for a mistake that you've made, if you've made any. Just celebrate that you got to be on stage for the first time. And yeah, and looking forward to the next one. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say for this episode. I think it's going to be a longer one than the last one. But hope that helps you, and looking forward to the next one. And that was it for our second episode. Performing on stage as a beginner dancer especially can be daunting, but if you prepare and you have a positive mindset, it can really help you overcome those fears. And a little bit of nerves is always good, because it just keeps you grounded and willing to grow. And just enjoy it. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. And have fun. Ole!